One Life to Live.
Pat, I love you.
Tony, I've decided I'm going to go away for a little while.
Do whatever you have to. Take as much time as you want. But then come back and marry me.
And on the edge of night, while Valerie has Sky for an evening of romance, his passion belongs to Raven.
I'll have you know he kissed me, and that's not all. He loved it.
One Life to Live, The Edge of Night. Weekdays.
The People's Court today at 4:30.
I have never been through anything like that in my life. He was rotten, rude, contemptible, insulting, and in my own house.
It's not your house any longer, my dear. It belongs to Skyler now.
Oh, yes, I know. Everything belongs to Skyler now. I have absolutely nothing left. Nothing. Your nephew has taken my clothes, my jewelry, my furs, and most important of all, my dignity and my pride.
No one can rob you of dignity and pride, Raven, unless you allow it.
He is in total control of everything, and believe me, he has not let me forget it for 1 second. He walks around with that smug superiority, so calm and detached, like I was some kind of a bug to be stepped on.
When I tried to tell you about his attitude.
But I thought...
But you thought he would find you so irresistible that he'd give you back all your pretty toys. Well, you should have known that he was in no mood for even a shred of generosity right now.
I have never in my life been treated by a man like that. He has not 1 ounce of decency in his entire body, and I hate him! I hate him so much I could kill him.
Now that's utter nonsense. You're just hurting yourself with this fit of rage. Obviously, you didn't handle this very well at all. And whatever happened to your plan to catch this fly with honey? You seem to have used nothing but vinegar.
I should have used arsenic.
Now, Raven, stop all of this and accept the inevitable.
No, because it is not inevitable, and I will not accept it. When I think of all the agony I went through in that health spa, I sweated and strained and starved myself. For what? Nothing, because he could care less.
My dear, you are going to have to realize that Skyler is going through a transitional period. He is harboring a good deal of hostility and resentment, most of it aimed at you. Now, no wonder that he was blind to your charms.
He's not so blind. I'll have you know he kissed me.
He did.
He certainly did. And that's not all. He loved it.
How about a drink while I'm waiting, Spencer?
Of course. Nora, drink for Mr. Whitney. I'd like the same, please.
Of course, Mr. Barney.
You know, I'm still puzzled about some of the missing pieces of my estate, Spencer. Jeff Brown seems to have been a master of manipulation, and I haven't been able to fill in all the blank spaces yet.
Oh, yes. I was looking through some files this morning, and I found a key to a safe deposit box. I suspect we'll find some of the loose ends there.
Great. What else do you suppose we'll find? Pot of gold, cash, diamonds? Or Mr. Brown's dirty little secrets, I'll bet. Seems to have left his footprints all over everything.
Certainly did. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nora, would you get that, please?
Hi, Mr. Whitney's expecting me, I believe.
Of course, right this way, please.
Valerie, my dear.
The Edge of Night is brought to you by Duncan Hines Cookie Mix, for cookies with a warm and delicious taste of homemade.
And by all-temperature cheer, tough on dirt in today's cooler temperatures.
Dad?
Ooh, I thought it was your mother.
You're cheating on your diet. You're going to lose your bet with Mom.
Only if she catches me.
Oh, she's going to catch that ketchup stain, especially with $50 at stake.
When I was young and thin, money never meant a thing to your mother.
We could wash it.
We could?
Pour out the cheer. I'll start the warm water.
Better use hot just to make sure there's $50 riding on this.
Leave it to cheer. Cheer's really tough in warm and cold.
You sure?
That's why it's called the all-temperature detergent, see?
Warm, cold.
Mom washes lots of things in warm and cold. That's why she uses cheer. Look, it'll clean my jeans. It'll clean your robe.
Oh, I hope so. I'm too weak to argue.
Hi, you did the laundry.
Morning. The robe looks terrific.
What? He said the clothes look terrific. They do. What'd you need?
Jeans.
A
blouse and jeans.
All-temperature cheer, tough on dirt even in cooler water. All-temperature.
Chewy, gooey, we love chewy, gooey cookies made with homemade taste in Duncan Hines cookie mix.
If you love fresh, hot out of the oven homemade cookies, you're gonna love chewy, gooey cookies made with Duncan Hines cookie mix. Rich, chocolatey cookies that bake up chewy, gooey, homemade good.
Oh, we love to mix them, love to bake them, love to eat them. Duncan Hines is chewy, gooey, homemade good.
Duncan Hines cookie mix.
Chewy, gooey.
Homemade good. Okay, here we are.
Wow, where'd you get that?
I spent my last $10 on this, but a christening...
Let me try it. Oh, I love that sound.
Well, here's to a second chance in the rebirth of the Whitney Theater.
Well, let's toast this baby.
In plastic paper cups?
Oh, it's appropriate. Here's to us. Second chance.
Well, the us is diminished. There's only 3 of us now.
Well, that just means there is more champagne to go around.
Yes, our numbers have diminished. Since the last time we were here, this place has some memories.
Actors, they're so sentimental.
Oh.
We don't have any memories, Jim. Raven pulled the theater out from under us before we could get started.
I don't want to think about that. I just want to think about the future. Indulge me in a fantasy here. Can you hear them?
What?
The audience. They're out there. This is opening night. They're standing room only. And they're rustling the programs, and they're laughing and talking, and back here it's all confusion and nerves, and some poor actor's over there going, oh, God, what's my first line? Then the dressing rooms are all filled with flowers and telegrams. Then the stage manager. Places, please, for the first act. Places, please. What a moment that is.
That is the most wonderful thing I've ever heard.
Well, Jim, before we indulge in a fantasy, we got work to do. We got a city inspector coming here tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day. Hi.
What are you doing?
Kissing.
No, you can't quote from that Scottish play.
Well, you mean that Scottish play? It's just Macbeth?
No, you can't even say the title. You can't quote it at all. It's an old theatrical, historical fact. We're damned. We're cursed.
Well, isn't there an antidote or something?
Yes, there is. Here, stand up, quick. Now turn around 3 times and quote from another play, all right? Go.
There's no place like home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home.
All right. Now, that's fine. Don't do it again. That's it.
I wouldn't dare.
Actors are so superstitious.
You know, the last time we were here, we could shut our eyes to all the defects in this place, but now that it's part of the lease that we have to fix this place up, we have a lot of work to do.
There is absolutely nothing to worry about. We can all work together, you know. I mean, I can hammer and paint and saw and play like Lady Juliet without any trouble, at the same time, right?
Well, you might have to.
Well, we can all pitch in, but we have to do more than refurbish the theater. We got a problem. Well, we got the same problem. Money.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, we do have to raise money.
Looks like we're gonna have to go angel hunting again.
I've been working on that. We have some free publicity coming.
Great.
Yeah, Val's done some photographs, and Nancy Carr is willing to do a story on the rebirth of the Whitney Theater. And she's willing to ask openly for angels.
Wow, let's hear it for straightforward, forthright journalism.
Well, let's hear it.
Let's drink to Nancy Carr's typewriter.
Let's drink to that typewriter.
Let's drink to Valerie Bryson's photographs.
Love these photographs.
Where's Valerie anyway? I thought she'd be here to celebrate.
She's paying the price for Whitney's generosity.
Hope she's not suffering. Jim, sometimes you are so cryptic. What do you mean? She's having dinner with Sky.
Well, that is just too bad because she is missing out on all this terrific champagne.
Champagne, how nice.
Thank you, Nora.
Thank you.
That will be all.
Yes, Mr. Whitney.
Cheers.
Cheers.
And there's caviar, if you like.
Oh,
Just sit
how
down.
very nice.
You do like caviar.
No, I don't. But I'm flattered. Oh, Sky, I think you've really gone overboard here.
Not at all. I'm simply fulfilling a promise.
How so?
When I was lying in that hospital bed in Switzerland, I promised myself that after I regained my estate, I'd have 3 ingredients on my first evening at home. Champagne, caviar, and a beautiful woman. This is the evening I have all 3.
Thank you.
It didn't occur to me at the time that I might have to blackmail the beautiful woman into joining me.
Sky, I am not here because you blackmailed me.
You're just being polite. And I'm just being a realist. I know perfectly well why you agreed to have dinner with me. As payment for my giving your friend the Whitney Theater.
You know, you're the only man I know who can make a dinner invitation sound like a business deal.
Ah, well, no matter. After tonight, I think you want to come here of your own free will. I sound awfully sure of myself, don't I?
Mr. Montgomery, it's Spencer Varney, Skyler Whitney's business manager. Yes, he asked me to call to confirm your meeting in the morning. Right, that's 10 o'clock at your office. Yes, I'm sure that we'll... excuse me for a moment, please. Would you care to tell me what you are waiting for?
I just want to ask you a question about Valerie Bryson.
What about her?
Is she Mr. Whitney's girlfriend?
Nora, pay attention to your job and get out there in the kitchen and make sure that the caterer is doing his job.
Don McClintock, sales manager, condition, tension, headache.
Yeah, I have a headache right this moment, and it's right across in here. I'd like to have an aspirin about that big.
Today, we'd like you to try extra-strength Tylenol. It works without aspirin.
I'd have to try the product and see if it relieves the pain.
Compare the levels of medicine in the leading pain relievers. You get more with extra-strength Tylenol.
The headache is gone. It disappeared. I feel fantastic.
Extra-strength Tylenol. You can't buy a more potent pain reliever without a prescription.
Introducing the incredible flexible fabric bandage.
When you have to move like this, you need a bandage that moves with you.
New flexible fabric bandage is made of a breathable, elastic fabric. So it flexes when you flex and stretches when you stretch.
When you have to move like this, you need a bandage that moves with you.
Try new flexible fabric bandage from Band-Aid brand. It moves with you, so it stays with you.
I'm so glad you could come over tonight.
Oh, it's our pleasure. Nancy, where's my favorite bartender?
Filling the ice bucket.
You rang the bell 3 minutes early. Now, that's worse than being late. I would have been all set up here if it hadn't been for that.
No, I don't want to hear any excuses. Let's go.
Miles, you're impossible.
No, I'm thirsty.
Don't you know that patience is its own reward?
That's virtue.
Mike, Nicole is right. You are impossible. Nicole, what's your pleasure? The usual white wine?
Yes, with some club soda, please.
Miles?
I'll dip into the scotch.
Okay. While I'm slaving away here at the bar, I should make a confession. There was a particular reason for this invitation tonight.
Oh, no, I thought it was just because you liked us.
Oh, well, that too, Miles.
Besides that, there was something I thought the 4 of us should discuss.
What's that, Mike?
Well, I know that Nancy stopped by to see you this morning to clarify 1 or 2 things about Jody's misadventures with those student terrorists, if that's the correct term.
Yes, I told Mike how anxious you are to keep the story quiet because it might pose a danger for Jody.
I want to apologize for being so vague about that this morning, but Miles and I both conferred with Derek, and he agrees completely.
Oh, I believe you. I understand. I know.
I understand, too. But there is one thing you should know. I now know the whole story, or at least as much as the police know.
I suppose we shouldn't be shocked by that. You are the district attorney. I suppose Derek felt obliged to tell you about it.
There's something more, Mike. What is it?
The only reason I had to be told was because of a new development.
Mm-hmm. And to prove how discreet you are, he hasn't even told me what it is.
With your permission, I'll include Nancy in on this, too. It's a little difficult to keep things from your wife.
Tell me about it.
It's quite possible that the young fanatics who kidnapped Jody were telling the truth about the corrupt influences in their country's government.
Really?
It's possible that there is some sort of gangland alliance with the government of Eden. And since we suspect that gangland connection is right here in Monticello, it's my job to investigate it. So in conjunction with the police department, we're setting up a special task force headed by Damian Tyler.
Just a minute, please. Wait a minute, please. Poppy, what a surprise. Come on in. Hey, what's going on?
Don't, please. There's no time for that.
What is it? What's wrong? Did something
I'm
happen?
scared to death. That's what's wrong, Damien. I'm afraid for you.
As their space shuttle enters morning orbit, a grungy, pasty film orbits their mouths. They wake to the worst breath of the day.
Morning, guys.
Morning. Colonel? Yeah. Let's both use scope this morning. Thanks, Bert. Just used mine. It lasts. Precisely. Your breath smells like medicine. That's what lasts. Well, it works, doesn't it? Scope works. Leaves your breath minty fresh. Try it. Minty fresh. Feels like it's working. All the way to Mars and back. Morning, Colonel. Buzz off, Bert.
Scope fights bad breath, doesn't give medicine breath.
If all we had to clean was one little spot of greasy dirt, most cleaners full strength would do. But greasy dirt gets everywhere, so I clean by the bucket with Top Job.
Well, now there's something better.
Are you kidding? I've tried ammonia and the leading pines, but when you clean by the bucket like I do, Top Job cleans the toughest greasy dirt better.
Now there's something better. New Top Job.
What's new?
How much better it dissolves greasy dirt, even mixed with water. New Top Job breaks up greasy dirt faster, and faster means New Top Job cleans better. So now, when you clean the toughest greasy dirt by the bucket,
Switch from pines or ammonia to New Top Job. Now its cleaning power holds up even better underwater.
Come on, you're shaking like a leaf. Why don't you come over here and sit down, all right? Sit on the couch. Can I get you a drink?
No, nothing, thanks.
You sure? What's wrong? Well, what are you so scared of?
They know that you and I had dinner together last night.
Who's they?
Eddie and his new errand boy, Joe Bomer.
Joe Bomer, I thought he worked for Dwight Endicott.
Yeah, well, he's working for Eddie now.
Well, how did they know we had dinner together?
It turns out Joe knows the guy who owns the restaurant we ate at last night. They even have a report of everything we ate.
Oh, very thorough. Okay, hey, take it easy. Look, it's just a bit of bad luck, all right?
Well, the point is that Eddie got really sore.
What does he have to be sore about? Look, we just had a nice social evening together. I didn't ask you any questions, just like I promised, okay?
Yeah, well, tell him that, will you? He thinks that you were trying to get something out of me.
Well, he's right, I was. But it wasn't information.
Raven, when are you going to wind down?
Maybe never. At least not until I get what I want.
If you're thinking of Skyler and the Whitney fortune, you may have quite a wait.
I don't care. Just have to think of something. I've never in my life not known how to handle a man.
You know, I'm not altogether sure that's a bad thing. If you wanted Skyler because you were madly in love with him, then I could understand your frenzy about all of this. But it's painfully obvious that the only thing you're interested in is regaining his wealth and his position.
No, it's regaining my wealth and my position.
You are motivated by avarice and greed, Raven, and it's not a very attractive picture from where I sit.
Well, I don't care what it looks like.
Added to that, There's an ugly little element of revenge that I'm beginning to see creep in. Oh, yes. You've been rejected, and now you want to hit back.
So why shouldn't I? He's attracted to me, he just doesn't know it yet.
Well, there's nothing wrong with your ego, is there?
I just have to think of a way to make him realize it. Maybe I should play hard to get and make him jealous.
Maybe at one time, those devices seemed tried and true to you, my dear. But I personally don't see how they can apply to this present situation.
Well, I'll make them apply. As a matter of fact, I think I've got a plan that I know will work.
You mean plot?
Same thing.
Not to me.
What I have to do is make him realize that I am not hysterical about the whole thing. Men hate hysterical women. I have to be very calm, cool, and charming. Hello, Spencer?
Good evening, Raven.
Could I please speak to Mr. Whitney?
I'm sorry, that's impossible.
Why?
He left orders not to be disturbed at dinner.
Is he having dinner with someone?
He's having dinner with a young lady, yes, Raven.
Well, so what? Just tell him to come to the phone.
I'm sorry, no, I can't do that.
Spencer, don't you dare say no to me. I'll have your job, you stupid idiot.
Whatever happened to calm, cool, and charming?
Some more champagne, Valerie?
Okay, but just a little. I don't want to drink too much. I get giddy and sleepy.
Well, that's easily remedied. If you get very sleepy, you can always spend the night.
Style cookies.
Thanks, Mom. These are great.
The big cookie with the small town taste. Fresh in your store.
Airwick presents some smelly reasons why you need a rug and room deodorizer. Rover, who's all over. The old fogey stogie. The damp musties. Once these odors get trapped in your rug, they're in your room. So you need Airwick Carpet Fresh. Just sprinkle Carpet Fresh powder on, wait a few minutes, and vacuum. It overcomes the source of odors in your carpet. Your room has a fresh, clean smell. Carpet Fresh, America's #1 rug and room deodorizer.
On Ryan's Hope. No lies and no secrets.
I like the sound of that.
A new beginning for Joe and Siobhan. Ryan's Hope. Weekdays.
Poppy, here's a drink.
I really don't want it.
I know you don't want to drink it anyway. It'll calm you down.
Okay, if you say so.
Now, Poppy, I really hate to see you overwrought like this. There's nothing for you to worry about.
But I do worry. Eddie has a special hate for you, Damien. You know that. It goes clear back to that time that you were on that undercover job. He never forgets things. Never.
I know. And look, that's why I don't have to worry. Look, everybody from the police commissioner on down to every cop on the beat knows about Eddie's grudge against me. And if he does anything to me, it's going to go right back to him. He knows it. That's my life insurance.
I worry about you just the same.
Why, Poppy?
Can I get you another?
Yeah, sure. Vodka.
Right.
Joe? Hey, Loomis. How you doing?
Come see, come saw.
Drink?
Yeah, I can need a drink.
vodka on the rocks.
Right.
Thanks, buddy.
What are you so nervous about? What's the matter with you?
I don't like making a public spectacle of myself, you know, Joe? I keep looking over my shoulder. It gives me a crick in my neck.
Hey, come on, will you? Knock it off. Look, I'm a domestic servant. You're a civil servant. Why shouldn't we be out for a friendly drink together, huh?
Hey, babe. You're right. Thanks, buddy. It's a long life.
Yeah, life.
Joe, you got something on your mind.
Eddie and me were having a little talk about this certain cop, Tyler. We can't do nothing to him out in the open. You know. So what we figured was, maybe he could get shot by his partner. By accident.
The greasy.
Even if you haven't started your tan, it's not too early to think fall. At the JCPenney pre-fall sale, with cuddly hush puppy sweaters paired with classic shirts at 20% off. Our plush velour shirt and tailored pant, each $21.99. Plus all our outerwear for her, for him, and all the kids, all at 25% off. Warm up to fall at the pre-fall sale. Then go out and enjoy summer.
This is David Hartman. Tomorrow, reports from the Mideast. Also more with Dolly Parton. Next week, Eddie Rabbitt, Sheena Easton, and Willie Nelson on Good Morning America.
Tonight, a raid on a warehouse full of chickens puts the cops in a foul mood on Barney Miller. Then Detective Drebin goes undercover to KO a boxing manager who's fixing fights for the mob on Police Squad. That's tonight on ABC.